Hello, friends. This is Sylvia. Let's go for a walk in the woods together. When I walk through the forest, I hear twigs snapping and dried leaves crunching underneath my feet, reminding me that I am connected to the earth. I breathe deeply. The musty smell of mushrooms and foliage on this cool spring morning awakens my senses. My feet take me off the trail into the deep brush, where I am surrounded by tall evergreens. I sit, leaning back on a felled log, and stare up to the heavens, my heart wide open to the beauty that surrounds me. The treetops are swaying in the gentle breeze, touching each other as though they are walking shoulder to shoulder, maybe laughing, maybe singing, or swaying to the music of the wind whistling beneath their branches. From a distance, these trees look similar in shape, size, and color, but when I examine them more closely, I see that each one is unique. Their branches reach like arms outward and upward, and some even downward, carrying needles, some long, some short, and pointing in all directions. The floor of the forest is covered with a mess of tangled greenery and a rusty shag rug of fallen dried needles. I notice how the roots of the large trees are protruding from the ground, with bright green moss covering up the gnarly knots and signaling like a neon sign, "Be careful, don't trip here." I think about the root system of these great trees, and I wonder how deep they go. Are the roots as deep as the height of the trees? All the trees standing so close to each other, are their roots intertwined and tangled beneath the soil? Are they holding on to each other tightly, like lovers intertwining fingers and clasping hands? Maybe this is how they withstand the winds and the storms that come along. They are holding on to each other, giving each other strength and supporting one another. I think the forest is more like a family, or a close-knit community. Even when a tree falls, it continues to grow tiny little hairy roots, which become the roots of mushrooms, which pop up in random places, so it seems. But if you look closely, you'll notice the fallen trees surrounding the mushrooms are actually giving them life, creating compost where plants and fungi can thrive. And all those green plants. How many shades of green are there, by the way? Olive, pine, chartreuse, forest apple, light mint, dark green. Anyway, each little plant is there to support the animals in the forest. The birds and the bugs and even the tiny little mice. We can learn so much from the forest. I used to think the forest was separate from me, a place to go for a hike. But the more time I spend here, the more I feel at home. I feel like I'm a small part of this immensely intricate and wonderful community. I breathe the oxygen fed to me by the trees, and I exhale, giving back the gift of CO2. I realize we exchange these gifts generously every single day of my life. We need each other. We are deeply connected and rooted by the great Creator, who is love. Thank you for taking a walk through the woods with me today.